as well, but all in all, it's been a little bit frustrating, even if Arsenal have been doing some things quite well.
Yeah, look, it's been total domination. Arsenal have had a lot of the ball, and we've controlled the game, but really we haven't created anywhere near enough clear goal-scoring opportunities. Now, why haven't we created those goal-scoring opportunities? I think just too much of our football has been played out in front of blue shirts. We haven't got in behind often enough. When we did, Saka cuts it back to Ødegaard. Ødegaard should score. That's the big chance. The challenge for us now is to repeat that as many times as we can in the second half. And if we do, then I expect us to score not just once, but 2 or 3 goals. How do we get in behind them? I think we need to take a bit more risk with some of our distribution, go longer a little bit more often. Let's change the angles up as well. We don't want to just funnel it wide and hope that one of the wingers crosses it into the box for someone to get on the end of. There's been a little bit too much of that in this first half.
A frustrating opening 45 minutes in many ways, but still positives, and still, of course, the second half to put it all right. As we hand you back to Nicole and all of the live from N5 gang. Half-time here. It is Arsenal 0, Everton 0.
We're still in it! We're still in it! Well done.
We have energy going on. Joel, I know we've got a lot of energy in the room right now. It wasn't the most thrilling of first half performances, I think it's fair to say. Yeah. What have you made of the first half?
It wasn't thrilling, but we're still doing well.
Yeah.
I mean, if you look at us possession-wise, we're blitzing them. We've got, like, all in the 70s when it comes to possession. In terms of passing, we've got 333. I checked the stats, of course.
I was going to say, where are you getting this from?
And on top of that, look, we've had 7 shots, only 2 have been on target, but you could tell we're trying. They've only had 1 shot, and it wasn't on target. So we've got the signs. We just need to break Jordan Pickford, who has been very good for them, we have to say.
Yeah, he's had quite a good first half, hasn't he? And here at the Emirates, a lot of our supporters were singing some chants that I won't sing, don't worry. And he's managed to, I mean, I know Jordan Pickford, he loves that sort of stuff. I think he thrives.
Did you know him? You've got to pick that name up that you just dropped. I know Jordan.
No, I don't. We're like best friends. No, I actually don't know him at all.
Oh, okay.
But I think a lot of us know that he's a character.
He is.
And I think he kind of likes that sort of energy. And it clearly hasn't affected him because, I mean, he's had a pretty good first half, hasn't he?
Really good first half. He's made, I would say, 2 really good saves, especially the one against Ødegaard. Did you guys see that one?
Yeah.
Like, I thought that was a goal, personally. But, great feints, great connection with him and Saka, of course, which we love to see. But, yeah, Jordan made a great save. And you know what, Nicole? He's been solid. In fact, all of their defence has been solid against our corners. That's been a massive surprise for me.
Corner FC.
The Corner FC every time. Should have seen me and Nicole. We were like, any minute now.
I'm like, when's it going to get boring, me just being like, Corner FC, Corner FC?
No,
maybe next week.
But they got big players at the back, They got Mikalenko, Brantford, they got Tarkowski. Besides Young, they're really solid. But we've done well. So we just need to break the line.
Yeah, and like you said, it has felt like, and well, clearly you've been checking the stats and they would back up that, it's definitely been more of a dominant first half for Arsenal.
Yes.
But what then, Joel, hasn't quite clicked yet?
We just haven't scored.
Okay.
That's it, we just haven't scored. I mean, look, we can get more shots on target if we want to be statsy, but the reality is you just got to keep knocking on that door and eventually it's going to open.
Yeah, should we have a little chat about that one main chance that you kind of referenced earlier on? So
yes.
It was kind of a Saka ball to Ødegaard. Nice shot, but Pickford was
It was
right.
beautiful, though. I mean, if that one went in, you would have definitely seen that in the highlights today on the Arsenal YouTube channel and the app. But no, honestly, obviously you saw Saka skipping past Mikalenko. He's had him all game. He's had him on toast. He's been slipping and sliding all game. He makes the pass to Ødegaard. Great little feint there. 1 feint, 2 feints. He hits it, but it looked like there was loads of bodies there, but it was right at the goalkeeper. And Pickford did well to get down, and credit to him.
And you said at one point, you were sat next to me, and you were like, we were talking about how good Ødegaard is, and you were saying how much we missed him. That you didn't realise the first time he was here, just how important that he was and is to this side.
I mean, I'll be really honest with you. When we were first getting him permanently, I thought, 35 mil. At the time, I'm not going to lie, I looked at James Maddison and I thought maybe we want a piece of that. But I'm so glad that it's not me doing the transfers at this football club, because we would have missed out. And, you know, you see what it was like when he wasn't there. Yeah. Nicole, like, I'm not saying that we did well in the beginning.
I didn't injure him, Joe. It wasn't my fault.
I just couldn't believe it. But seeing him come back, it's like I appreciate his beauty even more.
And that's the thing, he's so talented, but also, I guess, the presence that he brings. And he plays like he's 35 years plus. Like, he's so mature as well. And you kind of forget how young he is, Joe.
Yeah, honestly, I see it all the time. I mean, look, he started football early, you know, he's like Theo Walcott. He started really young, and those players, you're right, they get to an age where they've been in the game for like 8 years and they play with a maturity that we've not seen before. And for me, I'm just glad he's my football captain, and I just hope that in the second half he can find the keys to unlock their defence, and if not, we've got Winieri.
There you go, that's the spirit. Right, on Live from N5, we're always bringing out A-list guests, I think it's fair to say. And, you know, halftime is no different. You will know who this guy is. Bad Education, Fresh Meat, A League of Their Own.
Oh, my gosh.
Is it Travels with My Father. No. You'll know who it is. No. Please welcome comedian and massive gooner, Jack Whitehall.
Hey! Oh, my gosh.
Sorry, my hand is so cold.
Nice to meet you. Hi.
Welcome to the show.
Hi, everyone. Hey.
It's great to have you. How are you doing?
Yeah, very good, thank you. I was a little bit late. The babysitter didn't turn up in time, so I hope you're not going to ask me for too much in-depth analysis of the first half, because I saw about 10 minutes of it.
No, we won't. Don't you worry. But you made it here.
I made it. I'm here.
Are you feeling happy to be here at Emirates Stadium?
Yes, I am. Excuse me for the facial hair as well. I've come as Ted Lasso to try and G up the boys. But yeah.
I want to say you look great. And
thank you so much.
To me,
I don't. I look like I've just been dug up. And that is because I'm a new father and I haven't slept. And I wish I was being recognised as Jamie Redknapp, but those days have long passed me by now.
But I want to say that you've made it to the game. I mean, how do you find time to make it to these games with all these amazing things that you do?
I've got to always make time for Arsenal, and I love coming here. It's the best, and Saturday afternoon like this with this team, it's always a pleasure to come and sort of get behind the lads.
How did you become an Arsenal supporter?
I thought you were going to say, how did you become a dad? I don't think it's that type of show. I became an Arsenal fan because of my granddad. He was a big Arsenal fan. My mum supported Leicester City and told me that I couldn't become a Leicester City fan because they never win anything. Obviously, eventually they did. But my granddad, he took me to my first games at Highbury, and that's how I fell in love with Arsenal and became a fan.
Who do you remember seeing during that time, and of course, who stood out for you?
Well, I'm sort of mid-30s, so I'm the worst type of Arsenal fan because I was so spoiled early doors. And I grew up with those Wenger teams and Thierry Henry and Vieira and the Invincibles, and so we were so spoiled early on. And then I think we became brats, my generation of Arsenal fans, because then we just expected the world. And then, obviously I had a couple of barren years, but I was very lucky in that I saw some amazing teams. Yeah, exactly. We're back now, which is great.
And you said that you are a dad and you've got a daughter, right?
Yes.
Are you bringing her up? Is she being raised as a gooner?
Unfortunately, the other side of the family are all big West Ham fans. Oh. So they've been trying to convert her to the dark side. But I think she's going to be an Arsenal fan, mainly because she's watched 2 Arsenal West Ham games and they've lost like 5-0 and 6-0. I mean, I don't think that's the life that you want ahead of you. So she's going to be a gooner.
That's the spirit. Yeah. Jack, what have you made of the season so far then?
Yeah, it's been good. I mean, it's been a little bit frustrating. Obviously, there was a couple of games at the beginning of the season where it felt like we threw away very, promising situations and the red cards as well, which it feels like the referees have just given up on now. It was just for those first 5 games, it's just send off a couple of Arsenal players and then forget about the rule for the rest of the season, which is so infuriating. Not that we're going to whinge about it. But yeah, it feels frustrating, given that this is the year that Man City have decided to implode. That we're not like hot on the heels of Liverpool. But you never know. There's a long way to go, and I think this is an amazing team, and they will dig deep. And Liverpool are going to falter at some point. I mean, I don't know what the Fulham score is.
They're winning 1-0.
Fulham are winning 1-0. Yeah.
Red card,
Obviously, yeah.
You just hope that the wheels are going to come off and Arne Slot's going to like lose it, and then they're going to start turning on the players. Yeah, exactly. I'm really hoping for that to happen at some point, but yeah, fingers crossed.
Listen, what I say to most people, there's 6 months left of football left.
Yeah.
So from what you've seen so far, just to bounce off Nicole's question, who stood out for you so far this season?
Of the player, I mean, obviously Bukayo it feels like our most like reliable player, and just someone that is able to like get us out of tricky situations and turn up with those like big moments in games. He always seems to deliver. Odegaard was like noticeable by his absence when we didn't have him. But yeah, it's exciting to see like Luis Skelly and Johan coming through as well, and the sort of next generation that's going to be waiting in the wings. It feels like we've got a great team at the moment, but also the future is going to be very fruitful as well.
Absolutely. And Jack, what are you working on right now? Have you got a Christmas special out at the
I have
moment?
a Christmas special out with Michael Bublé, which is
Casual.
on Amazon Prime. And yeah, so that's out, and then I'm going on tour. I'm going on tour with my dad. I don't know why I thought that was a good idea. I was with him last night doing a show in Britain. He doesn't know where we go when we go on this tour as well. We literally have to put a bag over his head and drag him into the car and like kidnap him basically to get him to go to these venues. So yeah, I'm doing that, and if I survive that, then maybe I'll work again. But if not, then who knows what? Yeah, maybe I'll just run off with Michael Bublé and tour.
I was going to say, you sound excited for going on tour with your father.
Absolutely delighted. It felt like a good idea 6 months ago.
And now we're here.
Yeah.
Before we let you go and get ready for the second half, we're going to ask you to build your ideal Arsenal player. So slightly putting you on the spot.
Right.
We're going to start with left foot. Who would you go for?
Are we going to go through the whole body of the player?
Not every part, Jack. Not quite.
The answer is Nicholas Bentner, the whole, from the left foot, the right foot, the head. And,
Well, we're doing left foot, right foot, pace, heading, composure, celebration. So we'll start with left foot, please.
I've now forgotten every left foot. But Saka.
Baby brain.
I was going to say.
Yeah, Saka.
Yeah.
Saka. Yeah.
Okay, sure.
Sorry,
Fair play.
Sorry.
Right foot.
Right foot, Henry.
Yeah, no, I mean, you could just say Henry for anything, couldn't you?
Yeah,
And it would pass.
Yeah.
Pace.
Pace, Mark Overmars.
Oh, okay,
Love
fair.
Mark
That's a good one.
Overmars.
That is a good one.
Moustache, David Seaman.
We'll get to that.
Yeah,
Heading.
okay. Heading, I don't know why the first player that came into my head was Marouane Chamakh, and I definitely don't want to pick him, but I was suddenly thinking of people that can head. Gabriel, we'll do Gabriel, not Chamakh. We'll have Chamakh's Barnet.
Composure.
Composure, I'm going to go Odegaard. He's a very composed player.
That's fair. And celebration.
Celebration, it's going to have to be, I'm trying to think of someone that had a random celebration now.
Shout any player.
Okay, any player.
Oh, I got one for you.
You got one.
Come on.
Oh, Ian Wright. Yeah, Ian Wright.
Oh,
yeah, that's a great one. I was at that game. At Highbury against Bolton.
Right, the
and he
players
broke the
are
record.
actually out right now.
are they? Yeah,
so we're going to head back to commentary
I'm
for
so
the second
sorry.
half.
Yeah.
There's a game going on out there. Thanks, guys. See you later.
Thank you, mate.
Dan Adrian, back to you.
Thank you, mate. Thank you.
Joel, and to all of the gang, lively today, lively crowd. Let's hope that will filter through to the Arsenal players on the pitch. The Arsenal personnel are out a little early. We are waiting for the Everton players to emerge from the tunnel down below us. Look, what have Arsenal got to do differently? It's a standard question when you're not winning at half-time. AD, what do we think?
Yeah, like what I said at the end of the first half, more variety, more angles. Let's play down the middle a little bit more. I'd like to see Declan Rice or Mikel Merino drive down the spine of the pitch. Maybe the same with Odegaard, just to commit players in a different part of the field. We've just been a bit too predictable. Everything's been funneled wide, and we're kind of hoping for the best, hoping for Saka to really conjure up something. I think we're better than that. I think that we are capable.